It's officially that time of the year. I mean, we wait months for this. What would Formula 1 be without him? Honestly, it would be quite boring. Sergio Perez, he's back. Wait. But before we delve into the issue at hand, Charles Leclerc, you finally did it. Well done. Rewinding a couple days and, yeah, I wasn't too confident that he would. He's not going to finish the race. No. He's not even going to score a podium. He's never scored a podium at that race. Why would he now? And for goddamn sure, he is not going to win. Clip that and send it to me when he wins. 2018 was a disaster. Monaco 2019 wasn't the greatest of races for Charles Leclerc, was it? And neither was 2021. 2022 was interesting. And 2023 was just boring. But 2024, no one's ever going to forget that.
The son of a hairdresser is a cut above the rest. Here in Monaco, his hometown, his home run, Charles Leclerc wins the Monaco Grand Prix. And that is a fantastic result.
Subscribe and like if you want to see a championship battle, because Verstappen is looking like he's kind of struggling. McLaren and Ferrari, they're cooking. If you want to see a championship battle, subscribe and like. Probably should do that, shouldn't you? Yeah, you should. Do it.
Anyways, enough of all of that. Finally, the issue at hand. It seems like for the last couple of years, Perez starts off his seasons pretty well. I mean, he's scoring wins on certain occasions, dominating Max Verstappen, scoring solid podiums. Now, don't be amazed, don't be like, oh my god, he's insane for like the first couple races, because that's really what's expected from a driver in a Red Bull, especially in the Red Bull in 2022, 3, 4. They're not your average cars, they're not your average backmarkers, they're not your midfield cars, they're not even just your average good car, they are pure dominance. Now, if your teammate is winning every single race and winning it by a decent margin, surely you should be up there winning races as well. Well, yes, but not if your name is Sergio Perez. If Max Verstappen is having an off day, then Perez should be the one to scrap up points. Not just points, but podiums. Secure that win for Red Bull. Help them out in the Constructors' Championship. That is what he's meant to be doing. That's what every single driver on the grid is meant to be doing. But the second we flip the page and we stop racing really around the world and we hit Europe, well, so does Perez. He hits the wall, he hits the gravel, he hits the barrier, he hits other drivers, he hits everything that he can that isn't a good solid point podium finish, win, something. Usually Perez's car is looking like it's just suffered an atomic explosion. And the number of points that he's gathering is probably the amount of people that are living in that vicinity after an atomic explosion. Pretty low. Now, he thinks it's alright to morph into Logan Sargent, Nikita Mazepin, Pastor Maud, whatever, you know the band drivers, you know who they are, you know them, you just know them, you know who I'm talking about. Well, he thinks it's fine to morph into one of those drivers and pretend that he's not in one of the fastest cars. You see, at the moment, Logan Sargent not making it into Q2, boo-hoo-hoo, not a big deal. Him not scoring points, well, that's not really a new story, is it? But Sergio Perez not scoring points in the fastest cars of all time? Now, come on. Like, really? Whilst your teammate is literally putting up godly performances to win races, score good points, even when you're struggling. What are you doing? Why is he standing here? Just wait. Have you guys ever watched the Pink Panther Diamond? You know, Jacques Clouseau, Ponton, they're in that elevator fighting the baddies when they step out of the elevator. Yeah, it's like that. Jacques Clouseau being Sergio Perez, literally doing 0 damage, helping the team out. Niche. And then you got Ponton, Verstappen, doing all of the work for the team, carrying. And then at the end of the season, Sergio Perez goes up to the whole Red Bull family, all of the fans being like,
Good teamwork.
Little do you know, he's literally not helped the team whatsoever in any way, shape, form, anything. Nothing. He's done nothing to contribute to anything. And the only things he has done is terrorize the grid, grieve himself, grieve the team. Anyways, after that short ramble, Imola was the first of the European races. Religion is strong there. The religion in Ferrari is also quite strong. And the religion of Max Verstappen winning was also even stronger. Because whilst Max Verstappen, even though their Red Bull are clearly struggling, he still secures 25 points. The win.
But Max Max Verstappen will take back the top step.
Boring.
And Sergio Perez finishes the race a minute off the lead and only bagging 4 points in P8. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You might have had one bad race weekend, and so what? It's in Europe. You found your humble abode being the gravel on multiple occasions, which, well, that is your home. A weekend to forget. And you know what? Let's forgive and forget. Look past that. On to Monaco.
Sergio Perez, for the second year running, here in Monaco, is out in Q1.
What a joke.
Well, if you think that qualifying P18 in the fastest car on the grid, or maybe not in Monaco, but still one of the fastest cars on the grid is a joke, then I don't think you know much about comedy. Because unless the punchline is that you're a bad driver and you can't do even something as good as Max Verstappen, well then I guess it's a funny joke. But now a P18 quali in Monaco, your race is over. Your race, you're not scoring points. Do you know what? Just go have some fun out there. Drive the car, do some testing. We know that Red Bull might be slightly struggling at the moment. So test the car out, see what's up, see what you're doing wrong. We need some good solid data for the team back in the factory, don't we? Just play ball. Maybe overtake a bit, maybe have some fun, right? Yeah. Now, unless your first name is Osama and your second name Bin Laden, you might think that crashing is fun. But the rest of the world, we don't think it's funny. It's not. So tell me, Perez, why do you crash again? And again. And again.
What the fuck?
Not sponsored, Perez, but if you want to go check up your brain, see if everything's okay, the NHS is a free place where you can do that. So maybe skip down and see what's poppin'. And we go back to this lovely place. It's time to dissect the crash, see what actually happened. Perez, are you actually in the wrong? I mean, going up the hill, you did check your mirrors once or twice. You knew that Kevin Magnussen was on your side. Was it kind of optimistic from Kevin Magnussen to think, hold up, let me overtake around the streets of Monaco? Yeah, it probably was. But the fact that Sergio Perez checked his mirrors, he knew that Magnussen was there. He was like, hey man, I see you in the mirrors, but I'm still going to swerve right. Now, he's looking like me in my team career mode. Only difference is that I can click that little button, flashback back to the restart, and actually do it over and over again. But your name isn't Carlos Sainz, and you can't restart your whole race and act like you didn't just crash your car out. No, you actually did it for real. Your car was looking like an old little mashed piece of potato. It was quite tragic. Now, I could stand here and say that Kevin Magnussen has been terrorizing the whole field for literally the whole season. Jeddah, he was on an absolute rampage, killing multiple drivers. In Miami, he sent Lewis Hamilton down into the shadow realm with that nice little dive bomb. And there's been more and more and more shenanigans. But to say that I think that this is his fault, no, not. I think it was a bit optimistic, but at the same time, Perez was looking at his mirrors and he was just, Brexit, let me just turn. What are you thinking? Now, usually in Formula 1, everybody's aim is to see the checkered flag. See the checkered flag as fast as you can, but you really don't want to be seeing a red flag whilst your car doesn't have two wheels attached to it. And that's what Sergio Perez saw. And is that a nice little correlation? Red flag to like the red big X on his nice little contract? Because you already know that Christian Horner probably doesn't want to be signing that again. But who am I kidding? Verstappen didn't have the best race weekend, now did he? He crashed. But the only difference is that Verstappen actually knows how to finish a race in a somewhat decent position. He finished the race. Sergio Perez, you crashed and you didn't. I'm throwing all of this at Sergio Perez. Yeah, I get it. Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly, they also had a coming together. But the team principal of Alpine had some strong words saying that, who knows, this might hinder the contract re-signing of Esteban Ocon at the end of the season, because he's out of contract. And with that logic, Esteban Ocon not signing his contract after a nice little crash at Monaco, surely that means that Sergio Perez shouldn't be re-signing as well. Now, if this was a one-off thing that happened in the race, oh boo-hoo-hoo, nobody really cares. Maybe you can make up with some good results, maybe some wins, some actual podiums, which we haven't seen from Perez in, well, a couple races already. That would be fine, but the fact that that's not the case, you better start running because you're losing every race. Rockefeller Studios, if that was still a thing, they'd be signing me, you know. Time to take a short break from Sergio Perez. Not really anything happened at the Grand Prix. A couple pit stops, Ted Kravitz actually managed to get paid. Oh, and of course, Lance Stroll also had a crash. Well, it wouldn't be a complete race weekend if Lance Stroll didn't have a crash. But that's all that happened. Back to Perez. He's shit.
That's all, folks.
2024 might be the most entertaining season we've had since 2021, and that was an entertaining season, probably the most ever. I mean, we had multiple different race winners.
Sergio Perez, Ocon wins! But the championship can only be won by one, and it's going Dutch in 2021.
We had a championship battle. We had slight controversy. We had crashes. And a bit more crashes. Red Bull started the season off pretty dominant, but at the moment they're looking a bit questionable. With only one car being able to score points for the Constructors' Championship and only one car being able to actually put up a fight, things might get a little dicey. Every team on the grid needs two consistent drivers who can actually put it into the points, but Red Bull only have one. Might be time for a replacement mid-season by the end of the season. Now it won't be Daniel Ricciardo because, well, it just won't be. Yuki Tsunoda has been absolutely cooking for like the last couple. Yuki Tsunoda has been absolutely cooking the whole year. And you know what? I think it's about time he gets his shot. See what he's got. Is he better than Perez? Is he close to Verstappen? Can he put up a fight? Time will tell. But what I do know for certain is that 2024 will be the most entertaining season we've had in a while. I mean, Ferrari, they are cooking. And McLaren, so are they. And the backmarker fight is very, very entertaining. So, with that said, hope you enjoyed the video. If you think that Perez deserves to be booted out, put it down in the comments. Whilst you're there, you might as well subscribe and like. Don't know why you wouldn't. Kind of delusional if you don't. Don't die, because then you can't watch my videos. And then you should also not jump in front of a car, because then you also die, and then you can't watch my video. Anyway, enough of this rambling. Hope you have a safe, fantastic rest of your day, and peace.
That's all, folks.